Hey guys, welcome back to Trade Travel Truth. I'm Rich, T cubed in the house, baby. Uh, this is going to be a huge week in the stock market, so we're going to do a little update. There's a lot of stuff going on. We got the Fed, we got a bunch of Mag 7 reporting earnings, and we got GDP, we got oil. I mean, I don't think anything else to throw in there. Maybe the kitchen sink. So if you're new to the channel, please hit like and subscribe. We talk about trading. We talk about eventually I'm going to be taking this on the road in a little bit. And then the truth just means there's no filter. I don't give a crap. All right, so let's get into this. It is the biggest week so far for 2026 for the market, right? I don't even know. I've never even seen this many updates in 1 week, especially with the whole Iran thing going on, right? So we got oil, everything going on. So let's get into this, why this week matters. Most weeks have one catalyst. This has all of them. Starting Tuesday through Friday, every day there's a new thing going on, and you need to be aware of this if you're in the market. So this is good. Also, we got the new Trade Travel Truth shirt on. In the front, it says it's a T cubed. In the back, it says Trade Travel Truth. Trading, traveling, no filter. And I think I might make another one that says never sell your assets too. All right, so what do we got here? All right, so April 28th to the 29th, the Fed, right? So they'll meet 2 days and then come out on Wednesday with the actual decision. Now, I don't think the rates are going to move anywhere, but it's, you never know, right? Anything the Fed says, it usually, it moves the market. So inflation comments, the tone of the press conference, this really has a big effect on the market, obviously. Big tech week. We got Wednesday, we have Alphabet, which is Google. So that will be Wednesday after the market closes, I believe. And also we have Microsoft. So those two huge Mag 7 companies. And then Thursday, we got two more big Mag 7s. We got Apple and we got Amazon. So if you're in any of those stocks, I'm sure if you're paying attention, you know what's going on already. But just, there's going to be huge IV in those stocks the day of the earnings. So if you want to take advantage of that, I would do it. But you have to really know what the hell the stock's doing or pay attention. That's why I only trade one stock, Tesla. So I know that stock inside and out. And I know every time earnings comes up for Tesla, that even if it's negative, it goes up after the market closes, and then in the morning, it'll go back down. So it's pretty easy. Once you trade one stock for a long time, you kind of get the hang of it and know how it moves. So just, don't willy-nilly the stuff. These 5 companies basically control the direction of the entire market. So there's 5 of the 7 Mag 7s. I think Tesla and what is the other one? I can't figure. Where's the Alphabet go? What's the other one? Oh, NVIDIA. Duh. All right, there we go. All right, Thursday, April 30th, we got the GDP and inflation coming out. So GDP, obviously, gross domestic product coming out, and then we got inflation numbers. Now, I don't even believe the inflation numbers to begin with because they kind of lie about that. They always say it's like 3-4%. It's probably closer to 10 because the deflation of the money, right? And then there's going to be, I think this whole week it might shock the stock market, especially with the oil thing coming out. All right, let's go back into this. And then Friday, May 1st, energy, ExxonMobil, Chevron. This is huge, especially during the Iran thing right now, right? This whole setup could really hurt the market, man. This could be the catalyst that, I kind of wonder why we went into Iran. Maybe it's a distraction from the Fed printing trillions of dollars a day. So I was just watching this podcast with that, what's that guy? The guy who wrote Rich Man, Poor Man. He's like 78, Asian guy, friggin' awesome. I love him. He, like a billionaire or whatever. He came up with this thing, $1 trillion. If you spent, I think this is crazy how much $1 trillion is. You don't really know it until you do things like this. You spend $1 a minute How long do you think it would take to spend $1 trillion? It's like 32,500 years. Isn't that nuts? And we're printing $1 trillion every 100 days. That is nuts. That is nuts. And that is why the dollar is going down. And I'm not a financial advisor again. I forgot to mention that in the beginning. This is just educational, but I have one Bitcoin. I'm thinking about buying another one. And then gold maybe, but I don't know. I just don't feel like carrying gold around. But problem to have if you had it, right? So let me look back at this, make sure I covered everything. For trading, for me, it's a volatility week. I am not really going to do anything crazy this week. I'm just going to hang back, see what happens. If the market starts to tank, I have a couple options open, call options, and I'll do my ping pong method, which is if it drops, I'm going to friggin' either I'm going to roll my position to the same expiration date and lower, or I'm going to roll down and in, which is going to be lower strike price and closer in time to now. Lock in big profits if it goes that way, and then open up another one for more premium. So the video I made yesterday is a long training thing on how to do this, but it's an advanced level thing, and I've researched it a lot. But I don't know, it might be if there's negative news from the Fed and negative news from oil, it could, drive things down, and it might be a good time to open up a covered call or something. I don't know. I mean, you have to do your own research. I'm just thinking out loud right now. Don't take this to heart. But this is all I think about. It's kind of fun to do. It's like not a game, but it's a passion, I guess you could say. So I implore you people, it sounds so bad. I implore people to research economics. I know it's boring for some people, but you have to, because there's going to be a major thing happening. I feel it. And if you stick your head in the sand, you're not going to hurt anybody but yourself, man. There's some big changes coming. And if I'm not trying to scare anybody, but you can't be ignorant to this stuff. And I see people that just think about what they're going to have for lunch. They don't even think the next day through. You have to pay attention to stuff. And it's not hard to learn. This stuff is so easy. It's more available than it ever has been in history. All you got to do is watch YouTube and just Google, search on, economic stuff or whatever, and then how to do this stuff. I literally learned all of it by myself. No one helped me. That and AI, and I have a theory in my head. I think about something and I check it with AI. I check it on multiple AIs, not so I don't get one. I have ChatGPT and I have Gronk. I do Gemini, and I like Claude right now. Claude is probably the best, I think, on certain things like writing. It is. ChatGPT really does these thumbnails for these videos, and Claude just gives you an HTML link, which is a big pain in the ass. I'd rather just have that thing printed out and I can save it. I'm kind of going all over the place. That's why I have ADHD, so that's what happens. So to wrap this up, right, just understand from Tuesday through Friday, this is not a normal week. It's probably the craziest week I've ever seen, especially with the Iran war and oil. You've got the Fed, big tech, GDP, inflation, and oil all in 4-day window. This is the kind of week that can set the tone for the rest of the market. So again, just just be aware of this stuff, especially if you're trading or you have a 401k or anything. I mean, 401ks you can't really do anything with anyway, but I'm trying to figure out a couple of tax strategies right now. One of them is trading within your 401k so you don't get taxed. But I don't know. I'm talking to a guy. I got an appointment with a huge CPA guy that specializes in trading, and it's not cheap. It's $495 for a 45-minute consult. So I got to start working on getting my crap together so I can do this. Anyway, I'm going all over the place. Please subscribe. If you want to hear something, if you have a question, please ask it. This is fun for me. I need to get my subscribers up to at least 1,000 so I can, make $3 a month or something. Help a bro out. All right. Talk to you guys later. Have a great Sunday. Later.